What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Suki, and we are back with another video. Last time we left off with the line art, and the line art looked a bit different last time. That is because I was so fucking hooked on this piece that I just couldn't help myself. And as a matter of fact, I couldn't help myself so much that I not only created a fucking background for this piece, but I also threw down the flat colors already. I just couldn't help myself. I was itching. So I did save us a lot of time in the process. And today, I think we're going to be finishing up this piece. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. For starters, we're going to be working on the skin. We love working on the skin. Sorry, I am a bit congested as I choose to sleep with my window open and the fan on full blast in the middle of winter. So I've seen a lot of tips and tricks on how to properly shade skin. And I've been trying it as of recent. Give me a second, I'm charging my stylus, and while I'm doing this, I'll talk. Let me show you what I mean, hold on. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So, I've been seeing a lot of tutorials on shading skin, right? Because I felt like that's one thing that I not so much struggled with, but when it comes to capturing that realism, I don't gravitate toward it. I feel like my shading is more cell shading than realism, and after the most recent piece we did, the one before this one, I was like, okay, I kind of want to get better at shading skin. So I was watching a ton of tutorials, more specifically on like shading lips, and I applied what I learned there to skin. So for this one, at first, I actually like went on the, was it this layer? Before I turned this to multiply, I actually just like threw in like very small hues of purple, as you can see right there. Highlights of red. Like the way that I'm shading is entirely different than before, because before I would just do this. Hold on. Before when I shaded, I would just add a clipping layer, turn into multiply, take the base color, and just wherever I want the shadows to go, it's gonna go right here. You feel me? That's what I did before. But instead, this time around, I threw in some purple, and then I feel like the highlights is where it really comes in. I feel like the highlights play a really huge part in the difference in shading, because now we're seeing like the cool color pop in this area. Oh, hold on, let me grab my... We're seeing the cool color pop in this area. Warm colors popping in this area. Same thing on this side. Cool in this area, warm in this area. I don't know if you're getting what I'm putting down, but this level of shading is definitely much different than the cell shading approach that I took before. And then, like I said, just adding more highlights on this layer right here, because as you can see, this is how it looks without the highlights. This is how it looks with the highlights. So it just makes the skin pop more. So I'm most definitely going to be doing the same thing I did on that piece with this new one. let's get into it. If my thing will pop up, hold on. There we go. I just posted a clip recently. It was the clip where I was talking about Gabriella's ass from High School Musical, and I'm wondering if I'm wondering how much people that might upset with that tape. I feel like there's a lot of diehard fucking High School Musical fans out there. And I'm not saying that I said that shit to intentionally trigger people, but there's a lot of people that fuck with that particular song. And look, nigga, I fuck with this song too. When that shit comes on, I sing this shit. I love that fucking song, but I'm also not gonna sit here and act like her ass ain't being dramatic, bruh. I genuinely felt like she was dragging it. We're gonna grab the flat brush, turn that opacity down. We're gonna add small details. We're gonna crack this brightness up. There we go. Bruh, I hate when that shit happens. together. Oh yeah. Valentine's Day is around the corner. Hope y'all got one. If you don't, valid. Even then, still try to show it to somebody that you deeply appreciate for real. It's so weird actually like having a Valentine. I remember spending a lot of time not having one. Eternally grateful for the one that I have, and I'm gonna most definitely spoil her ass. Absolutely. I know when I add the highlights, that's what's really gonna make this shit pop. This is the real cool thing about hatching, because it makes the shading process so much easier for you. Alright, I'm gonna turn the opacity up just a little bit. Same thing, smaller. Just smaller, darker patches. I'm gonna have it like right here, right here. Just like small, darker patches in areas that need it, you know. So, for example, I saw a video the other day of basically the idea of the video is the guy not going back in time, but like his childhood self seeing him for 20 minutes. and he was afraid of, his childhood self seeing him. Like, would his childhood self be proud of where he's at right now, type shit. I think about that shit quite often. Like, if I could go back in time for a period of time, would younger me be proud? Would younger me be disappointed? But honestly, after watching that video, that's some valid, like, it made me appreciate where I'm at more, Because I swear there was shit the younger me prayed for that I have now. Like, I'm quite literally living 16-year-old, 15-year-old Jeremiah's dream right now. And I feel like I get so caught up in I love evolution. I love evolution, and in that process, it makes me forget, like, I have everything that I've ever prayed for right now. So, I definitely need to practice gratitude more. I'm gonna put this on the round brush. Round brush gets the job done better. It's all coming together. So for all my nerds out there, and more particularly my DC nerds, y'all niggas is on fraud watch. And I know with this most recent comic, it could definitely spark debate now and controversy. And I'm here for it. I love the slandering and I love the negativity. There's a DC comic that just came out where Superman fights Homelander. Now, obviously, us people with brains, we all know that in a real situation, Superman is wearing Homelander like a coat. Because at the end of the day, a Homelander is just a super powered nigga. He's not universal. He's not even, I would say, solar system level. Half of the fictional universe is dragging this nigga. He's only the strongest in his world because that's how he was made to be. But in this comic, he fades Superman, right? And not only is he holding his own against Superman, but Superman himself said that his laser beam matches Superman's. Now, mind you, this is the same fucking Superman that was shooting fucking father-son Kamehamehas out of his fucking eyes. This is the same Superman that was... This nigga has suns in his fists. This nigga has sun knuckles, bruh. And not only did Superman state that Homelander's heat vision matches his, but literally at the end of that fucking panel, this nigga Homelander has this nigga Superman hemmed up, and it looks like this nigga Superman is actually trying his ass off. I say all this to say Superman is on fraud watch. Death Battle is rigged. Goku should have won. Because there's no way that Homelander has Superman hemmed up. There's no way. But Goku is just easily getting dog walked. There is no way. I refuse. You can spam cope, whatever, I don't give a fuck. If Homelander, if John can fade this nigga Superman, then Goku easily wipes. Now, obviously, you could chalk that up to bad writing. That's definitely what I'm chalking it up to. That's terrible writing. L script. Honestly, it just goes back to what Stan Lee was saying. A lot of power scaling is all in the hands of the writer. I think one of my friends told me this too when we were debating like Goku versus One Punch Man. Because we have characters in One Punch Man that also are stronger than Goku. And he was saying that Saitama was literally made to be the strongest. He was designed to be the strongest. So at the end of the day, like, comparing him and Goku is really all in the hands of the writers for real. I don't know, like, still to this day when it comes to Saitama versus Goku. Like, obviously, with Saitama's most recent feats, that makes it kind of hard. That being said, like, I don't know. Because Goku, even though, like, it's not thoroughly explained, like, Goku, if you read the manga or the Daisenshu's, Goku's on universal, maybe, not even maybe, that nigga's on multiversal level. And that's not me as a Dragon Ball fan trying to glaze. I'll be the first nigga to tell you that Dragon Ball don't be making a lot of sense most of the time. Their power scaling is weird. Some of their transformations be ass pulls and color swaps. Like, a lot of people don't like the idea of Beast Gohan. So I'm gonna say this. I actually do like that idea. Because I like the idea, I just don't like how it was executed. Because Gohan stated that he wanted to achieve a form that's higher than, like, Super Saiyan God. How does he do this? By ass pulling and becoming the strongest Saiyan in the universe. Like I said, I like the idea of Beast Gohan. I just wish it was executed better. Because that transformation kind of feels like an ass pull. So right now I'm erasing some of the shading so that way we can know where the light is going to come from. And also, it'll make it easier when I add the highlights as well. It'll make that shit pop more. Thank God for hatching. Hatching saves the day. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I get when I enter that flow state, bro. Now, where do I want the chest to pop? Nah. Like that. Man, I miss Tupac. I know that's random as fuck, but I was watching fucking Juice, bro, and I'm like, this nigga Tupac was such an interesting soul, bro. And mind you, recently is probably the first time I've actually ever watched Juice in my life. And just, like, seeing how well Tupac plays a Crash Out. Tupac stated himself that he channeled a lot of himself while playing Bishop, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Shade or blend in these newfound highlights. So that way it doesn't look cell shady. Not that we don't mind cell shade, but that's not what we're going for, feel me? think this is looking pretty fire so far. So far, we've only done Timmy's body. We're definitely gonna do my body. I'm just doing Timmy's right now because Timmy's really is the central. It's the focal point of this piece. But also, my body is literally just my face and neck. That's not gonna take too long. Real quick before we do add the highlights, I'm just gonna come in with some blue. We're gonna go to our airbrush tool, turn that opacity down, and we're just gonna dink, 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 dink. Okay. We're gonna turn that purple up. There we go. Dink, 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 Okay, maybe I should do that on a separate layer. Turn the opacity down. New layer. Multiply. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna merge that down. Good. Alright. Highlights. Let's go. We're gonna go to add. First off, we're just gonna start with a general highlight. Little touch-ups all over. Oh, that's why. It's on. Just trying to find the color. The color in question. There we go. Clipping mask. What the fuck? There we go. Boom. Bada bom boom. Pow. Alright. This looks pretty solid so far. It's gonna. Why am I on the multiply layer? The fuck am I doing? Oh yeah, this is what I'm fucking talking about. This is what I love, bro. This gives me Meraki. I specifically could not wait to color this piece because of this shit right here, bro. Yes. Your shit is gonna look so tough when it's done. I'm already knowing. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm sorry for my lack of conversing. I just entered that flow state, man. On the real though, I hope that y'all are doing well, taking care of yourself. Remembering that everything going on is for a reason. Everything that you're feeling, every trial, every wall that you're trying to climb, every hardship that you're facing, it's for a reason. It may not feel like it, but trust, it's for a reason. It's shaping you to become who you want to be. And per usual, when I give advice, I'm not just saying this so that, like, I'm not just saying this to say this. I'm saying this as a reminder for myself as well. Like, a lot of what we're going through, honestly, it's what we prayed for. What we're going through, what we're facing, what we're enduring, it's what we prayed for. If you prayed to be more patient, you're going to get put in a situation that teaches you patience. If you prayed for love, you're going to endure something that will teach you to love not only those around you, but yourself. Because that's how you would want to be loved. If you prayed for strength, you are going to go through something that requires you to have strength. It's going to teach you strength. If you pray for growth, be prepared for walls and trials and all kinds of non-stop hell. That's why you gotta be specific and honestly cautious of what you pray for. Because it's not a skill that you just wake up the next day with and acquire. No, you pray for strength. You're gonna get put through hell to build that. And again, this is a reminder for me too, because when life's, I tend to get lost in the sauce. But then I always remember at some point, whether that be weeks, months, at some point I remember it was all for something. All that hard work, all that stress, that non-stop feeling of, bro, when is this gonna end? It's for a reason. Trust. Make sure y'all take care of yourselves. And like I said before, grace. Always show yourself grace. Even now, I'm trying to give myself grace. I'm trying to give those around me grace. Now that part, that is the hard part, I'll say. I try to maintain an understanding for everybody, but sometimes that understanding gets taken advantage of. Yesterday's supposed to be word of the day was truculent. Someone who is truculent is someone who always feels the need to argue or oppose. I'm still in the multiply layer, silly me. I chose the word truculent to teach my students, or rather, bring them awareness on truculent people. And I want to teach them this because a lot of them are caught up in the cycle of matching energy. And I mean, we were all kids once, right? And I mean, there's a part of us to this day that still matches that energy. Like, if you're gonna be negative, then fuck it, let's match energy. But at the same time, why waste the energy, you know? I don't know, I feel like a lot of us get so caught up in the pride aspect. Why the fuck is my brush so big? Don't piss me off. As I'm talking about protecting my peace and being a bigger person, I'm crashing out on a fucking brush. But real shit, like, I don't know. I've not to like put my business out there. I've dealt with a truculent person, and they thrived on arguing. They made that very known. And me not being a arguing person and a more logical person, I opposed that. And that in itself caused arguments. That in itself caused discourse. And it was so fucking stupid to me. So, truculent. Remember that word. I'm sure in the real world you guys also deal with truculent people. So the question is, how do I handle a truculent person? Well, you don't entertain them, because a truculent person thrives off the idea of having a closed-minded argument frame of mind. They're not looking to find a solution. They're not looking to make peace or understand you. In my experience, truculent people, they just like to argue. They like to get a reaction. So again, why waste your energy on it? It reminds me of when I was in high school. There was a lot of debates around a lot of things. And me, I love to debate people. Like I said, I'm a logical person. And I remember debating people, hitting them with fact, and it would turn into a shouting match. And for me at that point, if the argument turns into a shouting match, I'm no longer going to argue with you. Why? Because, well, for one, I won the debate. I successfully rage baited you into yelling. But also, just in my experience, like, if you're debating somebody and it turns into who can get louder, there's no point in continuing that debate. That person has lost all sense of reason. There's literally no point in further escalating it. It's crazy though, because in the middle of those debates, even though I had won, because the person was shouting, it made it seem as if what they were saying was more validating. Which is the stupidest shit in the world to me. See how easy it is to just do this face right here? Like nothing crazy going on, just... See how easy that was? Definitely gotta blend it, but bruh, that ain't shit. See? That ain't shit. Do I really even need highlights for this? I don't need fucking highlights for the back. I will tidy up this part though. Cool. Skin done. Cool. Let's merge this down. Get down here. Alright, skin done. Fun part. Mask. Yes. So I made the eyes like a kind of yellow almost. Like I wanted to resemble a Heartless from Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, we're gonna see how this turns out. Is that like that? Oh, so it is based on the background. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like it. But without the background, that's how it would look. Huh. I wonder if that would like change if I just... Oh, I don't know. Do I want it like that, or do I want it like this? Or like a little bit lighter? Makes that line art pop. And then turn the background on. And I want it black. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. Wait, that's not what I want. That just makes it darker. I want it lighter. Better. Alright. Still gotta fill in some of this gray area. Why the fuck is it multiplying? Oh my lord. Bruh. Lighter, damn it. What the shit? No words? Okay. Well shit, now I feel like it's too damn light. Yeah, never mind. Make this shit dark. Yeah, makes the eyes pop more. Cool. Alright, mask time. Let's start with the multiplication layer. How am I gonna do this mask? Well, I also gotta be mindful that the hoodie is right behind the mask. Harmonious. We're gonna dee 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 dee, and then we're gonna do 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 do, and then we're gonna, oh yeah, and now it's time. Harmonious. Make it a bit darker. And then we're just gonna add those small details. Actually, no, I don't like this. Darken that green. Oh yeah. Okay, that was too much. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, Gaussian blur. Alright, now, harmonious. Darken. Yes. Airbrush. Soft. Lower opacity. Actually, do I want opacity lowered? Or yes, lower the fuck out of that opacity. Thank God for hatching. In hatching we trust. What inspired me to hatch? Manga. Manga and comic books, especially comic books. More particularly Marvel comic books. I love the fucking hatching in Marvel. Marvel's better than DC, I said what I said. I don't give a fuck. I remember debating that shit too in high school. Like, which one was better, Marvel or DC? The proof is in the pudding, just look at the films. I will say though, as of like post-in-game, Marvel films have been so fucking ass, it's not even funny. Alright, we're gonna unclip this, turn this off, turn this off, turn this off, turn that on, so that way I can get back to this color. Clipping mask. Turn you back down. J. Cole drops The Fall Off. So far, I'm hearing some pretty good reviews. That being said, I have not gotten a chance to listen to it yet, but I'm sure by the time this video drops, I will have, for sure. Alright, we're gonna shade in this, or not shade, but like, you feel me? We're gonna blend. Blender. 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 I think that looks pretty fire. The fuck is that? Why is there just a white dot in the middle of the... What the fuck? Just a fucking random white dot in the middle of... Ooh! Digital art. I'm glad I spotted that shit, because in most cases, in digital art, bruh, have a random fucking speck, and you don't know which fucking layer it's on. Alright. Let's explore through our textures before I just fucking... materials. I'm liking Blackwood. Let's see what it does. Lower that opacity. Turn that down. Oh yeah. God damn. Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about right here. It's that good shit. We love a good texture brush. God damn it. I said god damn it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at the way it just lays on that canvas right there. That's that good shit right there. Oh my goodness, just look at the way let me turn that shit up. Let me turn that shit up. God damn it. I said god damn it. Oh my goodness. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. This right here. This it right here. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Spread that shit like peanut butter, baby. Oh my god. God damn. Do you see the motherfucking texture? Yes, Lord. Love the way this is sitting. The color's kind of weird, but I do like the texture on the ski mask. That's fine. I think it'll look better once I like blend it and shit. Shit, I probably should have shaded with this brush too. Hold on, we gonna blend with the same brush. Textures. Oh no, materials. Go up. Blackwood. What happens if I... know. I'm just having fun with brushes right now. Where is it at? Yep, here we go. We're gonna make this lighter. It's the only thing I don't like about brushes. It doesn't give me the desired shade. I be trying to have fun with brushes, but unfortunately, simplicity won't always give me the more desired effect. You got me reminiscing about high school as I'm doing this. Like, the older I get, I try not to, think with a mindset of if I could go back in time, I would do X, Y, and Z different. Especially because I'm eternally grateful for where I'm at right now. It's just, there are things that I wish I did more of while I was in high school. Like, the number one thing being, I wish I got more involved. The problem was, I just was not in a financial situation, or even just a circumstance in general that could allow me to participate in the things that I wanted to. And what I mean by that is I did not have a car. I lived with one parent who did all that they could for me. And because of that, a lot of in my brain, I was more hyper focused on, or rather more appreciative of what my father could do for me. So I tried to avoid as much as possible doing things that would add more stress or financial strain. And because of that, I missed out on a lot. I'm not shifting the blame or anything, it's just the reality of it. I had coaches that wanted me to be on their teams, but unfortunately, I didn't have a way to practices. I didn't have a way to games. And you could argue that I had a lot of family out there, which I did and still do. The problem is that all the family is not exactly, I don't want to say close, because they're definitely close. They're just not all the way in tune. They have their own lives and shit. And we also don't exactly live close. So there's that aspect of it. when it came to joining clubs, in theory, I could have did that and rode the bus home. My mind was also in a different place, so I wasn't really thinking about it. I really wanted to do track. I really wanted to do like shot put and javelin. However, like I said, no way to get to track meets, no way to get home. I don't know. I just wish I got more involved, especially with this art shit. Joined an art club or something to just get myself out there, you know? But it's not too late to still do that. That's why I'm doing this. I genuinely have love for the... Why the fuck am I still using this brush? I genuinely have love for the game. I love drawing. I love creating shit. I love teaching when I can. When and where I can. Okay. I'm actually gonna do the hoodie on a separate layer just to avoid messing up the mask's multiply layer. So now if I do this, it won't mess up. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that, so that way I can color freely without worrying about that. So as you can see over here, I got some shit I gotta clean up. Cool. Alright, let's get started on this hoodie. I will be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. Well, actually, how the fuck do I want to color this? The goal with me in the background is, I don't want to say minimal detail, but like, why the fuck? Okay. The goal with me in the background is not minimal detail, but the focus is to be more on Timmy. Like, if anything, I want the me in the background to be like almost a vision of me, like he's imagining me in his head. So when it comes to the shading on me, I'm gonna make it like minimal and dark as fuck. Nice. Nice. I'm loving how this is coming out. See, minimal detail, but equally as impactful. Gonna make this a bit darker, and this specific part of the hoodie will be darkened. Nice. Alright, cool. Gonna blend, blend, blend. Actually, I low-key don't think I need a blend for him. I don't know, I'm having mixed feelings on it. Very mixed feelings. cool. Add a little bit of highlights and then we're done with the hoodie. For these ones, I'm gonna just go, yeah. It does not have to be nothing crazy at all. Not gonna lie, I kind of want some red highlights so that way it bounces off the background. I don't know why I have the random urge to watch a Tubi movie right now. But I remember back when I was like first starting off creating the Kairu volumes, bruh. I would watch Tubi movies while I made those fucking volumes. Ain't that shit wild, bruh? Alright, we're gonna combine this down. Bring this down as well. Clipping mask, clipping mask, clipping. What the fuck? Combine that down. There we go. I knew something wasn't right. Alright. Cool. Let's do the hair. And then we are done with this piece. Clipping mask. Oh, let me turn the fucking hair on first. Keep this real simple. I'm about to teach you the easiest way to shade in the book. So we have our clipping mask layer. It's set to multiply. We shaded it with the same color that we started with, feel me? Easiest way to shade ever. We're gonna grab our eraser. Wherever we want the light to come from is where we're gonna erase. Easiest way to shade ever digitally. Easy. Now we're gonna grab that blend brush and we're gonna blend, damn it. This is probably the laziest but easiest way to shade, bruh. If you're not into the intricate details, bruh, here you go. Okay, we don't want that. There we go. Turn that down a little bit. Alright, now we're gonna go to Harmonious. And we're gonna add this where the shadows will be. So like right here. Right here. Right here. And we'll say like right here along the hoodie. Where the hood comes in. Feel me? Grab that blend brush. I'm gonna set it to flat this time. Lower opacity a bit. Change the brush size to my liking. Actually, we're gonna lower that. Turn the opacity up a bit more. And we're going to blend like there's no tomorrow. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. I imagine this would probably feel better with the round brush, but that's because that's what I'm used to. Alright. And that's that. Combine that down. Looking good. Now, for lighting effect. Oops. Open that up. Set this to multiply. We're gonna grab a really dark gray. Make that as big as possible. And actually, what I'm gonna do, I don't normally do this because I like to go back in and add small details. But we're gonna combine all that. Now what we're gonna do, clipping mask, multiply, add a really dark gray. So when you want a lighting effect, you add this. We're gonna, alright, that might be too light, or too, there we go. Now we're gonna tidy this up. Because I only want that lighting effect on me. So that way it'll look like I'm in the shadows. We're gonna turn up the Gaussian blur. We're gonna erase the shadows off my mask, because we are gonna add some shadows to that, but not yet. Trust. Alright. Lighting. Done. Now, time for the mask. We're gonna come over here. Harmonious. And we are gonna color in this fucking mask. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna only color in this part, leaving the light on the outside. Oops. just gonna turn that down a bit. I don't know which one I fuck with more. You guys let me know in the comments below which one you fuck with more. I'm cool with either or. I just really like the comic-y effect to detail. Now, you guys know per usual, always sign your fucking work. Per usual, this piece, like all my other pieces, will get put on my website. This is most definitely getting turned into a poster, but also, if I don't decide to make this into a poster, this will most definitely go on a t-shirt, or in a bag, or in a beanie. We'll figure it out. What I need you to do is make sure you comment, like, subscribe, follow the socials, repost, watch the shorts, do whatever the hell you gotta do to show love and support. We're trying to grow this channel, and I would deeply appreciate it. Have a blessed day, and see you next time. Peace.